As you can see here, I have a chart, and I'm assuming that you're a complete beginner, so I'm gonna go from the complete beginning, as it makes sense. Here you can see a time frame, so as you can see 15 minutes, 2 hours, and a daily. It means that each one of these candles represent the selected time frame. For example, this candle is a price that happened in a time span of 1 day. If we go into a 15 minutes, then this candle represents what price did in a previous 15 minutes. Here you can choose the time frames. You can go all the way from 1 minute, even ticks and second charts if you have that option, to a daily, weekly, 12 months or whatever. Whenever you change time frame, obviously the chart is going to look different. This is how it looks on 12 months, and this is how it looks on 1 hour, for example. Boom. Now, after we finish time frame, what a lot of people like to use, they like to use indicators. So if you press on this button here, as you can see, you're gonna get the option to choose some indicators. Me personally, I don't trade with indicators. Only indicators that I'm using are very simple ones, such as sessions, so you can see what price action happened in which session. I'm using the volume profile. Honestly, I barely ever use it. This is a daily candlestick which shows the daily, how the daily candle looks like if you're on 15 minutes, so you don't have to go back to a daily all the time and double check how it looks like on a daily. And then the last one that I'm using sometimes is the volume. For example, sometimes I like to see if there is a volume, so I know if I should open the trade or no. As you can see, the most of the volumes happens here between 9:30 to 4 p.m., which is New York time, which is when the stocks are open, because we are here on the S&P 500. But if I go to any other chart, for example, gold as well, I'm sure it's gonna show the most volume in that time frame as well, in a time range. Exactly, as you can see here in the morning, 9:30, 11, blah blah blah. Here you can see it's much less. Okay, after the indicators, as I told you, you can choose indicators here. I'm not really sure what people like to use, like for example, they like to use RSI. This is to show you if the price is oversold or all overbought. If it's oversold, obviously it's going to be at the top, and then vice versa. But as I said already, I don't really use these things, so I'll let you to explore. Then one important thing is alerts. This is what I use a lot actually. If you are not on the chart, for example, you went to toilet to take a poop, you can set up alert. For example, you press here on this plus button and then you press add alert, and then whenever the price reaches this level here, it's gonna send you alert on the phone or whatever you choose, so you know to check up charts. Sometimes I set up alert and I don't look at the charts for a whole day, because I know if the price didn't hit alert, I don't have to do anything. Here you have replay button. This is very important because you can go back to the chart and you can choose any particular time, and the price will cut the rest of the things that happen in the future, so you can practice. For example, let's say you choose to go back to the 15th of May 2026, and then from here, if you press this button, it will show candle by candle, and if you press this button, it will just print candles. So you can go back and back test. Back test means that if you have a certain strategy, you go back and back test it, so you can see if it works and what's the percentage rate for the future. Now, after we finished with all these things, here you can add a symbol, for example, or here, doesn't matter, you can type whatever. Let's say you want to do Ethereum US dollar, you press here and then boom, you will show the Ethereum US dollar. So the next important thing is as you can see, you can pick some things to put them here in your favorites, things that you use the most, right? For me, what I use the most are these things here. You can find them on this sidebar here, and then when you press here, for example, you just go and put the star next to it and it will show up here. For example, if you want to add a trend line, boom, it will just pop up there. So now in the trend line, this is the trend line. So you can just pull it and do this. If you press shift and hold, the trend line will be straight, right? So you don't have to be trying to make it straight by yourself. You just press shift, hold, and then boom, you release it. If you use trend lines, you can use it for whatever. You can pull a trend line, for example, here, and then boom. If you trade trend lines, obviously, I don't really trade trend lines in the way that people do, but you can sometimes pull trend lines and be like, oh, okay, cool, this is the trend line, bam, bam, bam. If the price breaks this level, I want to see the reaction and then either sell or buy, depends. Now, you can use this kind of trend line, or you can use, for example, horizontal ray. This is, you just press it here and then it will just pull the line forever to the right until you delete it. And then you can also use, for example, the horizontal line. It goes both ways, right? So after that, we go to the second options. Here you have things such as Fibonacci, Gembox, blah, blah, blah. If you never heard about Fibonacci before, I'm gonna show you now in part of this video. So basically what Fibonacci does, it kind of shows you the levels within the range that you pick. For example, if I go to this price level here, for example, boom, and then I choose 15 minutes, you can obviously see that this is one range, right? So the price went like this. There was a little bit of stagnation in the middle, but this was the range, you know, or this is the range. I think with the time you will just kind of understand what's the range, but this is gonna be a downtrend. This here is gonna be an uptrend. This here is gonna be an uptrend. This here is gonna be a downtrend. And then obviously within these trends there are multiple different trends if you really want to be specific, but the market works like that. There is ranges within ranges within ranges, and you can go forever and try to be like, oh, okay, but this is also the range, and then be like, yeah, okay, but then also this here is the uptrend as well. But the point of all of this is, if you use Fibonacci, you have to choose a range. If you're gonna choose the whole range, or you're gonna choose a part of the range, or you're gonna even choose this whole range from here to here as a downtrend, because this is a downtrend, it doesn't really matter. But you have to pick a range. With the time, your eyes will start to get used to it, and you will identify ranges very quickly. But for example, I want to show you here. This here I picked up as a range, this area. Now if you imagine this, for example, as a line, this is going to be 0, this is going to be 100. If we trade, we are having kind of similar things as, let's say, if you go to the grocery store, and for example, if you want to buy bread today, and then you see that this type of bread is 20% discount or 30% discount or whatever, you want to choose Fibonacci extension, and then when you pull from the top to the range to the bottom of the range, you will kind of see levels of discount. So if the price is in the upper two areas, which are 0.236 and 0.3 something, I don't see from here, this means that the price is in the premium. So this whole range, the upper area is going to be premium. The middle area, which is 0.5 and 0.612, is kind of a fair value, like 50%, you know. And then the down part is going to be a complete discount, like 70% or whatever. So each one here we can say, okay, first one 20% discount, 30% discount, 50% discount, 60% discount, 70% discount, 80% of discount. Now, as you can say in life, people usually like to meet in the middle. If you go to sell your car and you're like, I'm selling it for 32K and guys offering you 30, you guys are probably gonna meet at 31K. So that's how the market works. In a lot of examples, market likes to go around 50% to 0.5 to 0.618 and then likes to continue further. Sometimes it drops further, like as you can see here, it dropped to the premium, but you can see obviously how the price moves. Sometimes it will perfectly respect this level, it will jump from this one, from that one, or from this one, but you can obviously see, for example, when price came below 60%, there was a big reaction. And then when it came to 0.236, this level reacted as a resistance, as you can see, and then price sold off. And now obviously you have a new range that you can use, and you can be like, okay, cool, this is the new range. And then you can see if the price is down, if I want to buy low and sell high, then I'm interested here in buying, and etc, etc, etc. So this is for the Fibonacci. In this area also, what I like to use is Gembox. I set it up to show only 50%. So you can pull, same like a Fibonacci, you can just pull it from here to here, and you can see where is 50% if you don't want to have this complicated Fibonacci thing that I showed before. Also, your Fibonacci might look a little bit different. I kind of customize my own with the colors and stuff, but these levels are going to be the same. There is a lot of videos online on Fibonacci if you really like to trade it. Some people trade only Fibonacci, so I don't really use it that much. I just use it to see kind of levels, you know, if the price is like cheap or expensive, let's say that way. This area here, I don't really use anything from here, and I have no idea what it means. So here, long position, obviously, if you are saying that the market is gonna go up, you're gonna open the long position, and you're gonna say, okay, my stop loss is here. The stop loss means that if the price breaks, let's say you open the trade here, if the price breaks this level here, it means that you're gonna lose money, or if the price breaks this level here, it means that you're gonna gain money. As well, if you open short, let's say you open here and you put stop loss above this level, which means if price reaches above this level, you're gonna lose money, and then if price reaches to your level here, you're gonna gain money. Very simple. What else we have here? We have here fixed range volume. For example, if you like to use volume profiles, fixed range volume, you can select from here to here, and then it will show you where was the most amount of transaction happening in this particular range. As you can see here, from this purple line to this purple line, there was 70% of transaction. The upper area is going to be value area high, which means that this is the upper area of 70% of transaction. This is going to be the middle area, and this is going to be the bottom area. Sometimes this upper area will react as a resistance. Here it was a little bit of a sell, but it didn't provide much of a reaction, which is also similar to this indicator that I was using actually here. It does the same thing, it just shows you where is the value area high and value area low. Sometimes, as I said, price will bounce of these areas. For example, like here, this was value area low, and then when price reached that level, it bounced. But then you can see here, it broke through it and then continue upwards. So it's just, again, to show you where the most of the transaction is happening. You cannot really use this, in my opinion, to trade purely off of it. Then here we have this thing. You can just draw lines and be like, okay, this is an uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, blah, blah, blah. My market structure shift, boom, 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 boom. Okay, boom, that's it. Here, what else? Is there something? Yeah, like you can put like arrows or whatever. This whole area here, everything that's here in the picture, it's literally the same thing. You can use brush and you can draw on the screen and whatever. So very easy. This area here is for text. Boom, you can say, for example, I don't know, here you can put swing low or whatever you want to draw. You can use different types of text. I like, for example, this one. I can put here and say like boom, 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 whatever. Delete. Here we have emojis. If you're retarded, I don't know, you can put here something. I don't know who the fuck uses this. But anyway, after this, we have the measuring tool. This is to show you how big of a move this was. For example, this was like 5% move to the downside, or 9,157 ticks. So you can calculate your position. For example, if you open short, it will show you here how much you're risking and how much you're gaining. For example, this is going to be you're risking this much and you're risking this much to gain this much, and this is almost 1 to 3, which means that you're risking 1 to gain 3. And then you can see here and here how much is that in ticks or in a percentage, whatever you like to use. Here is the zoom in. For example, you're somewhere out, you want to zoom into this price action. Same, zoom out. This is the magnet. I like to use this one. There is a weak and a strong magnet. I prefer to use a weak magnet, which means that if you want to draw a line, for example, from here, you see how if I move my cursor, it will stick to different levels. You know, if I have this off, I will kind of have to try to put it on this exact weak. If I put the magnet in, then it will just snap to that area by itself, which is very useful. And this here, if you have a lot of drawings, for example, if you press this, it will just remove all the drawings from the screen. Here, if you want to trade, you can connect your broker to the TradingView, so you can open the trades here in the app. I don't do that, to be honest. I have my MT5 separately and my broker separately from all of this. And I think that's it, to be honest. If you have the normal version, I have the premium one, but I don't think you really need it. I took a premium because of certain indicators, for example, like this one for sessions, because it's easier for me to see the sessions. This one I think you cannot have with the premium, and also without premium, and also why I took it because of the alerts. If you don't have a premium, you have limited amount of alerts that you can use. With premium you have much more, like maybe 10 or 15. With the normal one maybe you have 2 or something like that. Basically I think that's it. You can obviously go and you can practice and see which other options there is. I think you don't need anything else than what I told you now. You can change colors of the candles. For example, mine are like this. You can put them green and red if you want to, you know, whatever. It's nicer for you. Also some other options here. You can change the canvas. You can put it red if you want to, or whatever. And yeah, just different things here to customize. Everything else is shown in the video. If you like this video, please subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye.